the Clark Connection podcast has made it to episode 100. Woo!
Yay! So, I want to know what inspired you to really start a podcast. So, what are some of your favorite lessons that you've learned? Tell us something that we don't know about a guest or an episode.
I recorded an entire episode on mute. It was a solo episode.
Oh, no.
I literally almost quit doing
Yeah.
the podcast. I was just like, I quit. All of this sucks. I suck. Life sucks. Everything is the worst. And all I had to do was start praising and worshiping God, the Father, and giving it all back to Him. You can't outgive Him. This is just another platform for me to help people. I'm here because I want to help you. To hear that, hey, I finally set my first goal. I made a connection. I actually had that difficult conversation, and it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. Seeing other people win is why I do what I do.
This is the Clark Connection podcast, where 12 years of coaching championships meets real-world leadership. Coach Clark broke through at the highest levels. Now he's bringing you the playbook. Every week, real leaders, real wins. Real strategies you can use Monday morning. If you're done with theory and ready for results, this is your show. You in? Let's go!
And welcome back to the Clark Connection podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Clark, aka The Coach. And today I'm happy to have here with me my co-host, Caitlin Michelis.
Hey guys, glad to be back, especially for such an exciting episode.
Yeah, and guys, I'm so proud to say that the Clark Connection podcast has made it to episode 100. Woo!
Yay! But before we go any further, let's thank our sponsors.
The Clark Connection podcast is powered by Coach Clark Leadership and Development. At Coach Clark Leadership and Development, we help businesses, churches, schools, and organizations develop strong leaders through leadership training, executive coaching, team building, and keynote speaking. Our mission is simple: help leaders grow so their people, teams, and organizations can too. To learn more about our services, visit CoachAClark.com. Quick question. If someone asked ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity for the best company in your industry, would your business even be mentioned? More and more, customers aren't searching the way they used to. They're asking AI for recommendations. And if your business isn't showing up there, you're missing opportunities before people ever visit your website. That's where TrueScaler comes in. They specialized in generative engine optimization, or GEO, helping businesses become more visible across today's AI platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and more. If you're ready to prepare your business for the future of search, visit TrueScaler.com and learn how GEO can help your business get found where customers are searching next. This episode of the Clark Connection podcast is proudly brought to you by Hubbard Flooring Studio. Leadership, growth, and success all start with a strong foundation. And that's exactly what you'll find at Hubbard Flooring Studio. Vicki and her team help homeowners and businesses create spaces that combine quality, craftsmanship, and style. Whether you're updating a single room, remodeling your entire home, or finishing a new construction project, Hubbard Flooring Studio offers flooring solutions and custom blinds designed to bring both beauty and functionality to your space. If you're ready to work with a team that takes pride in getting the details right, visit hubbardflooringstudio.com or call 225-924-1582. Shout out to Steadfast Electric for supporting the show. With hurricane season here, now is the time to think about protecting your home and family. BJ and his team specialize in whole home generators that keep your lights on, your food cold, and your household running when the power goes out. Learn more at steadfastelectric.com or call 225-364-9218. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Bob Smith, chiropractic internist, for sponsoring today's episode. Dr. Bob focuses on identifying the root cause of pain and dysfunction, not just covering up symptoms. If your body isn't performing the way it should, this is the kind of care that looks deeper. Learn more at brspine.com or call 225-291-2626. Dr. Bob Smith, finding the root cause, not just chasing symptoms. A big thanks to Automate Integrate Professional Services for backing the show. Andrew helps businesses simplify, automate, and integrate their systems so leaders stop wasting time on manual work and start focusing on growth. Visit automate-integrate.com or email Andrew at automate-integrate.com. Automate Integrate, systems that work so you don't have to overwork. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. We could not be doing what we do without your help. And I still can't believe that I'm saying that. This is episode 100. And you know, when I hit record on that first episode, I wasn't thinking about making it to 100. I was thinking, I hope somebody listens. And that's honestly what I think every single week when I hit post. If just one person hears this and learns something and becomes a better leader because of what we're doing here, then it's all worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
And honestly, it's been one of the most rewarding things I've done. We've had the privilege of sitting down with some incredible leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, coaches, elected officials, and so many more people who have shared their stories and experiences with us all. And the crazy thing is, this is just the beginning.
That's so awesome. And I've really been looking forward to this conversation too, because even though I've been able to co-host some episodes with you, there are a lot of things that I've always wanted to ask you about what this journey has really been like. People hear the finished episode every Tuesday, but they don't always get to hear the stories behind the episodes. They may not know what went into starting the podcast, what you've learned over the years, or how much the show has really grown since episode 1. So today I kind of get to play the role of the audience and ask the questions that I think they're wondering too. Plus, we're going to get to catch up on some of your guests and find out what they've been doing since they were on the show.
Awesome. Well, let's do it.
All right, Aaron. So I really want to start from the beginning. I want to know what inspired you to really start a podcast.
Man, you're asking me to think that far back ago. I mean, geez, I'm like way old now. Basically,
it was like 2024. No, 2023.
Yeah, 2024. Yep, 2023. 24. It was 24. April 15th, 2024. Tax day was when the first one released. But it's actually started before that. So you probably have to go back to... Really, you have to almost go back a year. And kind of what got the idea is me and my cousin were talking a lot. And they were posting a lot of different videos, and I was posting a lot of different content and whatnot having to do with inspirational stuff on being a leader, how to overcome objections and all sorts of other things. They had their own business, and I knew I was starting to venture into mine. And I'd reached out, and we had started talking about the idea of starting the Clark Connection podcast. And I'd set up like, hey, if we're going to do it and we want to make it weekly and we want to do this, we're going to have to make sure that we do our homework and do what's necessary to make this happen. And I just couldn't get them to be consistent with it, to show up and it was, well, I got this, I got that, and I got this, and I got that. And so I kind of just rolled with it for a little while as we were talking through the idea. And then I just got tired of waiting.
Yeah.
And so I started recording some more the short form content, just because I didn't know if I really wanted to sit down by myself and do it. And as I started to do that, because Zachary and Levi were like, yeah, you should record some of your lessons and put it on TikTok, just some short videos. So we did. And that was when I had a company reach out to me about starting a podcast. And so that was probably February of 24. And it might have even been like January. So, I mean, there was a lot that I had to do to really try to get it up and running, because I didn't know how to create an open. I didn't know how to put together an outro or a theme song or fill in the blank. There's just so many things that actually came along with the podcast that I knew I didn't know. And it was a good thing that I had somebody, because when I started recording in March, my podcast coach had told me, all right, now that we've got everything set up, you've got the YouTube channel set up, you've got Spotify set up, you've got it set up to go to Apple Podcast and Amazon. Like, I didn't realize there was all of that went into all of this and how to set it up. So once we got that set up, that was when he had said, all right, now you need to record 5 episodes. Before we launch the first one, you need 5. So it really started in like recording in March of 24, but didn't release until April of 24. So.
Gotcha. I don't think I even knew that it was originally meant to be like co-hosts.
Yeah. And the original idea too, much of what I do now is just bringing people on. Let's talk about it. How did you get started? What did you do that you wouldn't go back and do? What did you learn from that mistake?
Yeah.
So
was that always the plan? Like you were always intending on having guests and doing interviews?
Yes. With still the main focus on leadership and development.
Yeah. So you kind of already had this idea going, but you started putting out the TikTok videos, and then a podcast production company reached out to you. That's cool. And I like that they started you with 5 episodes, because so many podcasts will just put out like 1 or 2, and then it's like, where'd you go? So that gives you a good head start.
And that was some of the purpose behind it, is he was saying, all right, because it's going to take you a little while to get into a rhythm. So before we post 1, you need 5. We're not going to post 1. I'm not going to produce the first one until you give me 5. And so I got him 5 pretty quick.
They probably lose a lot of people just like in that time. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, and it was cool because he actually cared to see it happen. And because he'd already got paid. I had already paid him to coach me and do all this other stuff. So it's not like I was just like, he wasn't going to get paid if I didn't. But if I don't do more, if I didn't continue, they didn't get paid extra. And so.
Did you come up with the name?
I did. So I just figured it was fun, play up, Clark Connection. And so
everybody loves a good alliteration. Clark Connection. Yeah.
Well, and it was supposed to be 2 of us, 2 Clarks. And so 2 Clarks, the Clark Connection. Yeah. And so we were going to connect other people.
That makes sense.
That was kind of my idea behind it.
Yeah. But I mean, it still is so strongly focused on connecting with other people.
Yes. Well, and because I mean, if you think about think people who are successful, most of the time it's not the smartest. It's not the one with the most talent. It's not the person that is, whatever. How often does the valedictorian run a very successful company? Usually they don't. They make a great employee. It's the people who do the best job at making connections. I mean, I got almost every single one of my jobs, not because I was the most qualified, but because I knew the people at where I was going. I knew somebody was like, hey, you got to get that guy. He's going to come in. He's going to work hard. You'll never have to worry if he's going to show up to work today, because I don't think he misses work. And so it was something I never, like, I didn't get a job, or every job that I got was because I knew somebody.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting point, though, is that people aren't just magically well connected. You know, I mean, some people are. I think a lot of people just think of, oh, that guy, yeah, he's got great connections. Well, he went out and made those connections, you know? Yeah. What?
No, I said, oh, I do. I've got great connections.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but that's part of it. Like, you have to put in the grind. You've got to learn as much as you can, you know, about what you're doing and stuff. And you need those connections. If you don't have them, go make them. You know,
Right.
That's something that you can change if you're not already in a well-connected place.
Yeah, and that, a lot of what I learned from that is, or coming up, you know, upbringing. I know I had my dad on the show, and he really forced me whenever he would take me to events with him, and I hated it. I hated going like, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to talk to people. And most people would not know that I'm naturally not, like, I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. Like, if people went away and I just got stuck on an island, me and Dawn, I'd be cool. Like, no worries. Yeah. Like, no worries. Like, okay, cool. I'm with who I want to be with. So,
Yeah.
And I think it's something too that, you know, because he forced me to get out of my shell and do that, it came naturally when I was coaching. We would go to booster club meetings. And so you know, most of the time, when you show up there, the coaches all come over here and they sit in their little huddle and like, oh, I got to talk to these people. And I would go out because, hey, Mr. So-and-so has donated 30 grand to us this season. Hey, we want you to keep donating 30 grand. That way, whenever we go to the playoffs in North Louisiana, you just buy the charter bus for us, because it's a lot more comfortable to ride in than that big yellow cheese.
Yeah.
So it really did come like I cringed, and I still kind of cringe showing up to networking events, which you wouldn't think. Like, I have to prepare myself, like, you know, I'm like, got my earbuds in, little Eminem going, you know, palms are sweaty.
Mom's spaghetti.
Kind of like right now. I mean, it's still nerve wracking. I still get nervous before doing all of these, and even talking on a stage. It's not like, I would honestly rather talk to 5,000 people than 5. So
yeah,
but
you intentionally put yourself in situations where you get practice speaking to people and meeting new people and things like that.
Right.
Yeah. I like that lesson, because that's awesome that you practice, like, going out of your comfort zone and meeting, you know, forcing yourself to meet new people. But I love that your dad did that for you. Like, that's a sign of a really great leader, is training the next generation those skills, you know. So those are important. Those are both important skills as a leader. So,
right.
Very cool.
And his dad did it for them. So, I mean, he was very much forced to, all right, we're here. Nope, you don't get to sit there. You're going to come meet Mr. Bob.
Yeah.
You're going to meet Miss Sally. You're going to meet whoever. And so I know my kids hate going to events with me. Like, no, you're going to come meet these people. Come on. But it's a skill that everybody needs to learn, that they need to know, is just how to learn how to connect. Because you never know who is going to be able to help you in some way, shape, or form, or who you can help in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the amount of people that you've been able to meet and hear their stories and learn from their experiences just by doing this show is amazing. So I would love to hear some of your favorite memories, or maybe even some like behind the scenes stories behind any episodes that you can think of. Tell us something that we don't know about a guest or an episode.
So I would have to go and look and see. I know you'd sent me an episode list.
Yeah, go and look. Come on.
But there was one, I want to say it was either episode 7 or 8, because I'd actually initially started off to where I was doing 2 solo, one guest, 2 solo, 1 guest. And that was just kind of the cadence I was trying to stay on. And then after I got to about, I guess it was number 12. 12, no, yeah, because 13 I did by myself. That was after my grandfather had passed. And then the very next day I recorded with Natasha Miller. And so that one, like I recorded with her the very next day after Granddad had passed. And then I recorded another one with my friend Jeremy Bro. And both are doing excellent, by the way. You know, Natasha's still kicking butt and taking names in the bridal industry.
Yeah, that's Natasha Bridal, right?
Yeah, Natasha Marie Bridal.
Yeah.
So it took me
Natasha
a second because I'm
Marie,
like, hold on, she's like, because I still relate her as Natasha Popich, which was her maiden name. And I'm like, Miller, who's Natasha? It is what it is, you know.
I do the same thing.
I'm sure people go, Caitlin Mish, who's that? I don't know her.
Yes. Who's that? Yeah.
But I'd recorded with her and Jeremy Bro, which he's still putting on, doing roofing, still got, and then he's actually
we'll get there. We'll get there. So relax.
But anyway, so I'd recorded an entire episode on mute. It was a solo episode.
Oh no.
If you're getting value from today's episode, take a second to like, follow, and subscribe to the Clark Connection podcast so you'll never miss a future conversation on leadership, growth, and success. Let's dive back into today's topic.
That's the worst. I heard that like 2020 and 2021, like the most used sentence was "you're on mute." like one of the only things that you would say to another human being.
So when you have these headsets actually plugged in, because this is what I was recording it on, I didn't have the fancy mic or the lapel mic. I've changed in between. If you press the button and it's blinking red, I don't want to plug it in because it may mess up my sound right now. But if it's blinking
learned that
red,
the hard way,
you're on mute.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. And I almost recorded a second one.
Oh my gosh. I feel like there shouldn't be so many ways to mute yourself. Like you've got to check so many different places.
Yeah, that was frustrating because I really almost started recording another episode. And I said, I'm going to wait till it does whatever, because I was still recording them on Zoom. I hadn't switched to Riverside, which is what we're using now, which I can see as we're recording. Hey, there's a little box that lights up that shows I'm actually talking.
Yes.
But Zoom, when you're solo, even if I'm solo right now, if I was solo, it would light up. I would be able to see. And there have been times where like I've hit this little button thing. So, but if I said, you guys can't hear what I'm saying but I have done that on a recorded episode while I was trying to make sure, test 1, 2, test 1, 2. What's going on? And you start moving stuff and adjust. And it's like I feel like the IT guy. Is it plugged in? Did you check to make sure you have power? Did
you turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, that one was
the episode
fun and frustrating
that you were muted. That was with Jeremy.
No, it was solo. That's why I was looking at the list, but it was somewhere before that.
Bad. I mean, that's annoying, but at least you didn't have to make someone else re-record with you.
Now, I have had that. That's very frustrating.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
I know you and I have had to, because it didn't, like, it distorted, it didn't upload properly.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who the other person was that I had to call back. And I was like, hey, I hate to do this, but your episode, it didn't record. It didn't save. It didn't. I know it recorded, but it didn't save properly. So frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That's something that you
might not think about as far as like the production of a podcast, and over 100 episodes. You've had a lot of technology upgrades. Also like editing, you've got your editing producer. Is he graphic designer?
Yeah, graphic designer, producer. Yeah. He puts together everything. Like,
we've got the new theme song. I mean, we've come a long way.
Yeah, I know. I need to start looking for a new one, huh? So if anybody's looking to produce the next Clark Connection theme song, hit me up at Coach Clark Leadership on socials, or Aaron at CoachClarkLeadership.com. It's all listed below.
Awesome. Okay, so any other favorite memories or behind the scenes stories that you want to share with us?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any, I'm sure they'll come to me.
How about, do you have one?
No.
No.
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Okay. Well, how about lessons that you've learned? So biggest leadership lessons that you've learned from, we've got 100 episodes, not quite 100 guests. I haven't counted them, but.
No, I can't count that high either, so it's okay.
Well, it would have to be probably at least 80, right? Maybe 70 or 80.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that.
So what are some of your favorite lessons that you've learned?
It's hard to pick just one. I think the overall theme that I've seen as I've recorded with people is be consistent, show up. One that I think about that has stood out to me is it was Scott Parker. Scott Parker was the one that said when he got started, somebody gave him this advice: whenever that phone rings, you answer it. And that's one that stuck to me. I get all sorts of people that come, numbers that I don't know, that come across this phone, and I answer it. And they tell me that my car's extended warranty has expired. And I'm like, awesome. Well, look, so more people don't have that. I offer leadership training, and they take me off their call list. I don't get a whole lot of them anymore because I'm going to sell them too. I answer the phone because I never know who's calling me, but my number's all over the internet.
If they're calling you, it's a lead.
So I'm trying.
If they're not, they'll stop calling you.
The political people, when they call, I always vote for who they're not supporting. Who are you voting for? Like, we've got President Obama running against whoever. And I'm like, I'm going against President Obama. And the next one, I'm John McCain, and we're going to be running. Do I have your support? No, I'm voting for President Obama.
The other guy. Yeah.
Like, that's the reason it's a secret ballot. I ain't telling you.
Yeah.
The only person that, like, I never hid that I was voting for was Coach Sid, but mentor, friend, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job. But that's another one of just consistency, showing up, staying after it. He talked about it in his inauguration address, that prior to the runoff, he had only raised about $80,000. His two competitors, over $2 million apiece.
That's wild.
So, it's not always about money. It's not about that. It's just showing up is, I'm going to say it's 95% of the battle. It's 95 because, I had another guy who we're working on trying to come on. We're partnering with some other stuff. And he was telling me that, he went to the leadership breakfast and was like, Aaron, I didn't want to go, but I'm so glad I went. And when I don't want to go to something, that's when I know, hey, you got to be there. And it's worked out pretty good for him so far. So, I mean, I could go on and on, but I would say that, be consistent, show up, answer the phone, and build trust within your team. Get to know your people. That's another one I would say that is very often overlooked with leaders. And just, I could go on and on about that. How do we communicate? I love all these things.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like those play into each other too, because there's always going to be something that we don't want to do. We don't feel like it, or it's uncomfortable, or, we don't think that we're good at it or whatever. But being consistent and showing up and doing things even when you don't want to do them, that helps to build trust, right? I think that I've really tried to incorporate that in my own life, like my personal life over the last few years of, I don't want to do this load of laundry before I go to bed.
Huh?
But
you're breaking up. What's this launch?
Yeah. And I'm not always perfect with it. But it is true. It will improve your quality of life. Like, it makes your day tomorrow a lot better if you just do it. It's only going to take an extra 10, 15 minutes, but
and do it and do it and do it and do it. Like, that's a good one. He started Primerica, Art. I can't think of his last name, but he does a speech on do it and do it and do it and just do it. Do the work.
Yep.
That's what Renee tells me all the time.
Get the work.
Just do the work. Just do the work. Oh, man. A quick thank you to our premium sponsor, Hubbard Flooring Studio. Whether you're upgrading your floors, refreshing a room, or adding custom blinds to complete the look, Vicky and her team are committed to quality workmanship and exceptional service. Learn more at hubbardflooringstudio.com or call 225-924-1582. Let's get back to building better leaders.
Okay, so next segment is my guest updates. So before we go into that, I just want to make sure we touched on everything. Any memories, behind the scenes, leadership lessons that we want to talk about before we get into the good stuff?
Yeah, I think one that because I know I talked about this, I batch record everything. Now, this is probably the rare exception. This was one that I kept telling you, I don't want to record this one until it's like the week of. So, yeah. I mean, we're recording this Tuesday before it actually releases, but which is pretty stressful because it does take time. Like, it's not just, hey, boom.
Yeah, it's a good thing your editor is really cool and chill and,
yes,
awesome and
is
easy to work with. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually met with him last night. So he was like, Aaron, whatever.
This is the exception.
Yeah. He knew. But I mean, like, one of the things that you'd had in here on the notes, like guest canceling or last minute reschedule or schedule, life happens. But that was why I started batch recording it, because I would panic because I was recording on Monday night or Tuesday
one
night.
at a time. Yeah.
And if I was
remember
close,
those days.
Man, that was awful. Like, oh, they canceled on me. It's Tuesday. I don't have anything for next week. And so I would come up with something on the fly and just post it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, it's a lot to sit down for, because when I do it, I start at 7 a.m. And like the one I just did with Matthew Sales, we recorded at 5 a.m. He's in the UK. So he was like, "Hey, I'm going to go on lunch at this time. Can you do it?" And I was like, "Let's do it." But I mean, I did a 5 o'clock, a 7 o'clock, a 9 o'clock, an 11 o'clock. Actually, my 11 o'clock canceled, and I was very grateful for that. And then I did a 1 o'clock and a 3 o'clock. But
you had time to refill that IV full of extra caffeine coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's, there's so many other things. There have been times where I've accidentally sent the editor the wrong episode. There's been times where whenever they posted it, it wasn't in order. They left stuff out. And so I'm scrambling. It's Monday night. Like, hey, I need this done. So it's a lot. There's a lot of work. Like the 1 hour episode that you guys see every single week, it takes probably anywhere from maybe 5 or 6 hours worth of work. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. But like we were talking about earlier, it's really down to a system at this point. It took a while to establish that system, but once you've got it going and you've got a schedule and everybody knows their job and their time frame and their deadlines and their expectations, then we're good.
Oh yeah. And that happens as you grow. You become better. Well, not everybody becomes better, but that's part of my philosophy is get better or you become worse.
Yeah, it does. It comes with time, but it doesn't come without putting in the effort. It's something that you have to be intentional about, is establishing those standards of procedure. And that will make your life much better and easier. All right. We ready?
So what's next?
Okay, so I want to talk about your guests because, like we said, we've had, I wish I counted, but probably between 70 and 80 guests on for interviews. And the people need to know. The people need to know what's going on with them. What's been going on since they've been on the show. So let's pull up the list. And we're just going to go through it.
Yeah, I was about to say I got it up. I can just roll through it or whatever.
Yeah, what you got?
First guest was Bobby Stockwell with the Comfy Quest LLC. She's on a short hiatus, taking a break, not really doing work. Semi-retired, but they just got back. I want to say her and her husband they went on like a 2-month vacation. I was so excited for them. I'm like living vicariously because I'm like, hey, I need my cranio. Like, where are you at? And she's like, retired. I'm going back into the mountains. I've had Andrew Reynolds on here twice, who again is one of our sponsors and doing well. Really, his systems that he uses, and he's found his passion of, he enjoys helping small schools, small proprietary colleges, and really loves working. Like he's looking for somebody with like one, no more than 2 admissions reps to help with his system, because he's now got it to where if you get a new lead, it sends it directly to their phone. And so if you got a big team, cool. It's not as cool, or like most bigger schools. They're like, that's not a big deal. But if you're a small school, that's a huge deal, because if my competitor gets to them before I do, they're maybe getting 20 leads a week. That's tough. So doing real well with that. Wayne, they're no longer working with 7K Metals. That's why 7K Metals is no longer a sponsor, but he's doing well. He's like a national sales rep for the company he's working with. They do a lot of red light therapy and just kicking butt and taking names. I don't see it long before he's their national guy, or they're not he is the international guy. Just doing phenomenal. We talked about Natasha, Jeremy. Yeah, I think he's on his 4th or his 5th med spa and IV spa that they own now. Doing great. Corey still in the fire department, and he actually I need to call him. I think it started this week. It was either this week or last week where he did he's leading his first group of new trainees. So he was all fired up about that, which is where he wanted to be and get to. Let's see, Joseph King, that kicking butt and taking names. That if y'all don't follow Landscape King on Instagram, guys. He posts, and not only does he post like the cool stuff he's doing, he posts some funny stuff.
Yeah, he does. I love their Instagram.
Andre, he's still rocking and rolling with Faith Racers Ministry. He started his own podcast. I'd be lying to you if I told you what it is. I'd have to look it up, but it's based off of Faith Racers. It's real cool. Really going through and talking about, what is the church? How do we set up the church? How do they continue to thrive and build up the body of Christ? Dr. Bob, I get to see Dr. Bob every week. And actually, whenever he came on the show, I wasn't a client of his, but after I had what we thought was a heart attack, which I don't know if I've even said that on here.
I don't think so.
Thank goodness I had like 8 episodes in the can because I couldn't. My energy was like. And it turned out, I just only had a couple other problems, like on the verge of diabetes, and liver wasn't working right. All sorts, stuff that you need to survive in life. No big deal, but he got me up and running and down. I started working with him. I was 246, and he'd got me down to 190. I didn't like being at 190. I felt like Skeletor, but I was at 202 this morning. And so I kind of stayed between 195 and 200, give or take, depending on, like, we worked the LRA showcase this weekend, and I ate way too many cookies and egg rolls.
Well, that was the Louisiana restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, my
showcase.
goodness. Oh.
So I would imagine that there was a lot of really good food.
Boudin balls, pasta. Oh, you name. Oh, yeah. I put on 6 pounds this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, not sure if I worked or had fun. It was one of the two. But Dr. Bob is still doing great. And he's one I tell everybody, you get a call with him. He cares so much about your health and well-being. My plan is different from, I've got another friend who's got a couple other friends, and we've compared plans. None of us have the same health plan. It's individual for you. Sam, I'll say Big Sam, he's no longer in Las Vegas. He was the campus director for AIM. He's now there. They moved him back to Virginia, and I'm trying to remember he's in charge of like 20 locations now. So, I mean, just a phenomenal
like a regional
man. Yeah, regional, national. He's up there. He's awesome.
Very cool.
Brian Delatour, Bugman, still kicking it. Drake, so he is not, I think, as of next week. He won't be with the judge anymore. He's at a new law firm. I don't remember which law firm. He did tell me. We talk so often, but I knew as he was going through that interview process, I coached him through a lot of it. Vicky, lovely Vicky, so right there, proud sponsor, Clark Connection podcast. She wasn't a sponsor when she came on the show, but afterwards she was like, yeah, I'm in. What do I got to do? Brittany Robert, former Miss Louisiana, and she now owns the Yoga Studio 90 in Denham Springs. So she just started work. She was a teacher, and then she opened it up shortly after that. So, I mean, cool on that. Then Dr. Andrew Williams, he hates it when I call him that. But Dr. Williams is still at the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, still the dean over recruitment and their mentorship academy, and really doing just a lot of great things with them. Matt Holt is not at Next Level Solutions anymore. He went into full-time ministry at the end of August. He will officially be at his church in not San Antonio, Austin, Texas. So proud of him on that.
That's awesome. He's going to be great at that.
Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by TrueScaler. Search is changing. Customers aren't using Google anymore. They're asking AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity for recommendations. TrueScaler helps businesses show up in those AI-generated answers through generative engine optimization, so your company is easier to discover when it matters most. Learn more at TrueScaler.com because the future of search is already here. Now back to the conversation. Let's see who's some other, I mean, I've got so many on here. Lauren that's still kicking butt and taking names. Scott Parker with Rhino Electric.
That's another great Instagram, Scott Parker.
Oh yeah. Josh Barton. This one, man, I got a lot of feedback from this one.
I loved that episode. That was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. I just blanked on what is his ministry called?
I don't remember.
They're out of, oh my goodness. Home of Grace.
Mississippi, right?
Home of Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still doing a lot out there. I mean, they're busy right now. So, I mean, he's an awesome man. Zane Mackey, they are actually expanding. So Wise Coding is expanding and hiring a bunch of new people. Steve Gammon is still, as I like to call him, Batman. You can't prove that he's not Batman because I've never seen them both in the same place.
That's a good point.
Cameron Acord. So when he was here, he was with the New York Giants and is no longer with the New York Giants. That this year he will be with the Green Bay Packers as their special teams coordinator. Trying to get him to get me some tickets. Hey, I love it. And actually, one of my future guests on the show, when they found out about it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that is my favorite team." So Cameron, this is your notice. Send me some stuff so I can help out this guy. I need some Green Bay swag. Kerry Myers, he actually came on again. So he was first year head coach, now going in, very successful first season. They have Patrick Bordelon. I have not talked to him since Zachary graduated, but I know Zachary says he's doing well still. I mean, he's the GOAT when it comes to teaching band at anywhere. Semino, they're doing well. Matt Chin, he's still up in charge of all his stuff with UNISA. Serge Villanova still running and creating music. Sandy, she did publish her book finally, and still going out speaking and talking on and helping so many childless women. That's phenomenal.
She has really stepped up on social media as well. And there's a Facebook group for childless women, not by choice. And her book is called My Family Tree Ends With Me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Jay George, he's now in Dubai. He's no longer in the UK and doing really well. I actually got invited, which I didn't take it. They have a conference out there in November, and I was like, "Hey, you still out there?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I might be speaking at a conference. I hadn't made up my mind yet. I just didn't. That's a long trip to just be there for 2 days."
Yeah. Shout out to Jay though. He is still watching the podcast. I saw he commented on the one that dropped today. So shout out to Jay.
Yes. Let's see. Case DuPont with Roof Gecko. He just won Best in Baton Rouge for Roofing Company. Mike O'Brien, he's still He's still Mike. I love Mike. I miss Mike. Joey DuPont. We're going to start doing the 225 Trade Power Hour, hosted by myself and Beth Townsend. Coach Becknell, still retired, but still an inspiration to all. Cheryl Totten, they had an excellent showing at the youth legislation this year. And I mean, that kind of really gets everybody who's longer ago. I mean, most everybody else was pretty recent. Molly Myers had her 16th or 17th, 16th, 17th, I don't remember, dance recital, and it was phenomenal. Still say that there was one teacher there that on that stage, I was trying to get her number and take her home with me.
Mm-hmm.
I succeeded. I did succeed.
His wife.
Yeah, I was about to say it is my wife. People were like, "Oh my gosh."
The scandal.
For almost 20 years now, so succeeded. But yeah, I mean, so many, Aaron Parquette, he's, I'm going to reach back out to him. I do want to collab and try to see what else we can do for next year's theme song. That Rick Edmonds, when he came on, he was in that for the preliminaries, but now that got all changed. I don't even know when they're voting again. And so, the rest are fairly recent, so not much has changed too much with them, but yeah. And then we've got a lot of other good ones coming through.
Yeah, I know. That's just all the people that you've interviewed so far. And we've got a whole batch of them just waiting and ready. So
I'm tired now. That was a lot.
That was a lot. Yeah, but I really like that because I think, I know, you get a lot of newer subscribers and maybe they haven't gone back and watched some of the older episodes.
Well, why not? Why have they not gone back and listened to them all? What
gems.
We're gonna have a talk later on, guys. Y'all gotta. I'm just being serious. Just being serious. That's all. Yeah, it's been awesome. So, but we've got amazing sponsors. We've got an awesome audience, great listeners, great watchers. We really would not be here without all of them. As much as you want to, sit here and talk, you could do that, but this show would not be where it was at. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely and I think that's so cool, like at the leadership breakfast, I take the time afterwards and call and thank everybody for coming because I genuinely want to get their feedback. I want to see how I can pour into them. And I had somebody tell me that, I just started my first business. Like I just got the LLC. I'm about to get going. And it was so encouraging and has made me relax to know that there are people in that room, like the people that we view as successful business entrepreneurs. Most of y'all are on y'all second or third business. Y'all failed and it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely eye-opening. So what about you, Aaron? So we've updated everybody on our guests. What about you? What's the update? Because I'm sure a lot has changed since you started the podcast. So let's talk about it.
Nah, nothing's changed. I'm still the same old jerk.
No, a lot has changed.
I'm not using this anymore for my microphone.
Yeah, the technology has definitely changed. We've addressed that already. Besides the tech upgrades.
I've been through 3 cameras. That's been fun because I'm trying to remember who it was that my camera quit working. It actually stopped, just died in the middle of the recording. Yeah, that was awesome. Started doing more lives. I do live streams that just really ask the coach, trying to get your questions, feedback, stuff like that. So many different events that I'm helping to put on and work and operate in, leadership events. Renee Manfrey was on here, and we're really getting What's Your Passion going, and we're doing events. We're just connecting people. That's what I love about it, is we're trying to help other people's businesses connect with other businesses and grow their business. I wrote a book, got my first book out. So yes, if you have not got your copy of You're Here Now What are you waiting on? It's on Amazon, or if you message me, I'll send you the link. And I will also autograph it, leave you a personal note, and then mail it to you if you are not near where I am. But I go through and I talk about the 5 biggest mistakes new leaders make. But not just, I don't leave it at that. I talk about, well, how do you take the mindset shift with those things? But then what skills do you need to work on to build and grow from there? And it comes from a lot of things. I had a lady in my BNI come up to me today, and she said, all right, so I'm about halfway through, and wow, I think I would have quit. Like, reading some of the stuff, your failures and hardship, I'd have quit already. But it's I kind of, the opening story, that's why it's a guy on a surfboard. I talk about my first time surfing and was not prepared, had no idea what I was doing. And that's what a lot of new leaders walk into, is they get thrown into the spot and they don't know what they're doing.
But just like your friend said in the story, a lot of people aren't sure that they're gonna get to the point where, oh shoot, now what do I do? It's like, a lot of people just find themselves in a place where it's like, okay, now what?
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna steal your joke. This is the best book that you have ever written. So congratulations.
It is the best book I have written ever. I want to take our relationship to the next level. Let's become social media friends. Follow me at Coach Clark Leadership, and let's keep the conversation going in between episodes. Now let's get back to the connection. I thought you were going to tell everybody how awesome it was.
It's the best one.
Oh, yeah. But I'm trying to think what else that I can even, as far as new updates on me, Well,
I think that you have a lot to be proud of as far as the business itself. Coach Clark Leadership and Development was not a thing when you started this. It was Coach A. Clark. And, we've done some rebranding, and all our socials are Coach Clark Leadership. I think you're really moving in the right direction and making a lot of really great changes and making great progress to the business. And the amount of people and like clients that you've helped since you started. So yeah, got a lot to be proud of. You should be proud of yourself. So what do you see, last thing is, what do you see for the future, your vision for Clark Connection podcast, and how that really plays into Coach Clark Leadership and Development?
Oh, man. I feel kind of on the spot on that one. As far as like the podcast, I just want to keep...
You can say, I don't know. That's okay.
I really just want to keep growing.
Yeah.
But more importantly than just growing, this has never been about the numbers. I really meant when I said that at the beginning. I posted the first one and was like, oh, dear Lord, baby Jesus, sitting in your tiny manger watching your baby Einstein videos. Please let somebody watch this video. Please let them watch it.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's more about, how do I add value to you? how do I continue to grow myself through you? And then, the amount of different events, the power hour, the coach's leadership table, even I've got another workshop that I'm working on with like how to use AI in your business. So that's going to be a fun one. Y'all hang tight for that.
The mastermind too.
Yeah, I've got my mastermind. Yes. Like seriously, y'all need to sign up for that. Developing the leader within you. We've got a few spots left in it. I don't know how many I'll have when this actually releases, but we're almost at capacity, and it's not expensive. We're talking a 10-week course, $500. That's $50 a week. I mean, you just don't eat Domino's that once a week. That's it. And you're good. You're set. Or go to Cane's or whatever, because you can't eat Raising Cane's by yourself without spending $20 for the 3-finger meal. Good night. I digress. But yeah, that's is trying to provide, good Lord. I mean, we meet with Renee tomorrow about how do we make sure we have enough events on What's Your Passion to make sure we're connecting enough people. It's one of those where that you pray for the moments like this, like, hey, seriously, God, I need stuff. And then when it starts getting going, you're like, I know I've prayed for this, so I'm not going to complain about this. But man, I kind of would like to take a nap Saturday.
Yeah. As much as I would like to complain, I won't. Well, I mean, I think it can be summed up in your send off. What do you want to do? What's your vision for the future? Keep growing, keep learning, and keep connecting. So, on that note, you want to close us out of episode 100?
Yeah. And so, I mean, one that I do want to say, it never started off with this intention, guys. I never really knew where it would go. It feels crazy to think that I've made it this far. It's one that, and I hadn't even talked about, I don't know, I've probably told you this, but I mean, I literally almost quit doing the podcast. And it was about episode 13. So, and that's kind of where I was thinking with some of the story, because I'd recorded with Natasha, I'd recorded with Jeremy. And then I was just like, telling one of my former mentors, like, I quit. All of this sucks. I suck. Life sucks. Everything is the worst. The grass is no longer green. The sky is not blue. It's the worst. But, just seeing and continuing in, because he was one of the ones, well, look, I know you're just kind of upset about your grandfather. Why don't you record an episode and talk about it and just talk about that? But then, it's one of those, as I get here at the end, where I'm humbled to be here. So we've had a lot of fun. We talk about a lot, but it's one where you almost feel like you don't deserve to be here. Like I'm at a spot where you work hard to get to, but it doesn't feel real to be there. It doesn't feel like you've earned it. It's humbling. And I look forward to, like, and I don't even want to put a number, like, hey, at 200, I want to be here. That's not my goal. My goal is not to have however many more guests or more views or more whatever. I want them. So yeah, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and share it with all of your friends. But it's not what I got here for. I want to help continue to tell stories. I want people to learn from other people's mistakes. And I want people to understand that you're not in this alone. Because it does get there, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, it feels lonely. You often just sit there. I mean, most of my friends don't understand. And that's okay. They don't have to understand. But get part of a community. Find you a good group. What you do as an entrepreneur, that most people call you brave, and sometimes you just don't see what's coming. You have no idea that, they're looking at it and they're like, oh, look at that over there. He's still going. Does he not see that thing that could cause death, and you just kind of run and you hit it and you're like, oh, that kind of sucked. All right, let's keep going. And because at this point I hate to say I have no other option. I can go and do other things, but would I be bringing the value to people? It's one I've talked about. What does a faith that moves looks like? Like, by me not doing what God has called me to do, who am I letting down? Who am I uninspiring by me quitting? Like, what am I not advancing? Because as you go through it, and I've never dealt with depression until this year. I don't know. I know I've talked about it on a couple of keynote speeches I've done and presentations and what have you. But to really just be under that spiritual warfare of getting attacked because the enemy said, he's got 0 clients and he's still going hard at work. He actually got this and this still isn't affecting him. How do we stop him? We're going to attack his energy. We're going to make him depressed. And when you understand that all I had to do was get back in my prayer closet and start praising and worshiping God, the Father, and giving it all back to him, you can't outgive him. This is just another platform for me to help people. That's all it is. I'm here because I want to help you. I want to see you become the best person that you can be. I want to see you achieve your stretch. I want to see success. And that does more for me, that watching you succeed, than it does me getting paid to be your coach or me to be your workshop leader. Still pay me. I do have bills to pay, but it's not what I don't look and go, wow, I just made $5,000 doing that for half a day's worth of work, which really was about 10 days leading up to it. But to hear that, hey, at your workshop, I finally set my first goal. I now know what I want to do. I made a connection. I actually had that difficult conversation, and it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. And to see those wins and to see people around me win there's no amount of money you can put on it. It was why I was a high school teacher and a coach. I wanted to see you win. And so seeing other people win is why I do what I do. So I want to see you win. And so if I quit, who's going to step in and do that? And so that's, where's it going? What's next? Honestly, I don't know. We're going to take it where it goes, but I know I'm going to be helping somebody. I'm going to help you. And if I can ever do that, do that. Yeah. We've hit episode 100, but you know how we got here?
Just did it.
One episode at a time.
Yeah.
I had to record 100 episodes. But I didn't get, March 1st or whenever we recorded in 2024, I can't get to episode 100 on March. It took time.
Yeah.
And so episode 200, I know I'll be better than I am today. And trust me, if you go back and watch episode 1, don't
go back and watch it.
Just don't do it. No.
Just take our word for it. He's better now.
With my tie. My wardrobe coordinator has helped me look a lot better. But
good investment there.
Yeah. Yes. I pay her all the monies every month.
Yeah. It's his wife.
Yes, thank you for clarifying that, because there would have been somebody that, he pays a wardrobe coordinator a lot of money. But It is. It's been there's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs, but that's everything in life. And so if you let it keep you down, you'll never go accomplish and do anything big. You can't worry about, I've had people even at church, like, you still doing that thing? You hadn't given that up yet? And that's supposed to be that's where it is, guys. People are going to whatever you're doing. If you want to do it, if it's been put on your heart to do it and it won't go away, that's not your selfishness. That's God inspired. Keep doing it. Because if you're in his will, there's nothing that can undo whatever. You're going to be provided for. I still look back earlier this year and it was like, I'm not sure how I paid my bills in, what was that month? In February. I'm not sure how I paid my bills in March. April was a good month. May, not so much. June, pretty good month. July's turning into a pretty good month. But I hadn't missed anything. And you can do the same thing. And so kind of as we close down, Caitlin, what was your biggest takeaway from this? I've been doing a whole lot of talking.
Well, it is your podcast. So that's okay. That's okay. You can talk. Yeah, I think that my biggest takeaway, I completely agree and know what you mean about it. If it's the plan, then God will provide, and the peace that's what I pray for every day. Every time that I pray for peace.
Yes,
because
peace.
Yeah. And that can come in a lot of different ways. That can be, someone who's part of your peer group, offering some advice or some solidarity, or, getting some relief or whatever it is. But there have been situations just in the last couple of years for me, even just recently, that it's like, I know that this is what is supposed to happen. I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure how we're going to make it happen, but I just know, I feel good about it. And it's having faith in God and his plan, and in yourself and the people around you too. We've talked a lot about that as well. The people that you surround yourself with, and the people that you choose to spend your time with, the people the energies that you spend your time around. That is, I would say, what I've learned, and has made the biggest impact for me over the last couple of years. And I still hear your guests talking about it to this day. Most recently was Dominique talking about the energy, Dominique Edmond, but that comes up a lot. I think that's something that probably separates a lot of mediocre people from high achievers. Like Coach Nick Saban says, mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people.
Sure don't.
Yeah. So even if you want to be a high achiever, if you're surrounding yourself with mediocre, you're really going to have a hard climb to get there, to be that high achiever. You're making it harder on yourself. So,
yeah. And I do think that's one, because as we were talking at the beginning of the show, whenever I was mentioning that, hey, naturally I'm an introvert. Like, I have my people and I don't really want to get to know more people. But as you were saying, that's the importance of keeping your circle small and making sure it's people that are going to encourage you and that are going to be those people you can talk to. Like, man, my day sucks. And it's not let me tell you about my day and why my day sucks. It doesn't get into a comparison. Yeah. It's not like who had the worst day. Like, dude, all I wanted to do, like, I just need to complain to somebody about something. I just got to get this off my chest.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm going to move forward. Like, I can complain about whatever and move forward. But
Yeah.
when it becomes I had 14 clients who all of a sudden canceled, and you're like,
Yeah. It's not like
never
that.
mind. You're
Yeah.
right. And so you learn, who do I talk to? Who do I get in? Keep that circle small.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're at time.
We're at time.
And so I'm going to end it like I always do, guys. I've been ending it like this for 99 episodes, so why stop there? And so remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So keep leading, keep learning, keep connecting, and we'll see you on the next episode of Clark Connection Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Clark Connection Podcast. If today's episode added value to you, do me a favor, follow the show and share it with someone who needs it. You can connect with me at my website, coachaclark.com, or on social media at Coach A. Clark. All the links are in the description. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep connecting.